Christmas. Boy, I used to really dread that word, Christmas. Or should I say Noël, which was Christmas up in Montreal, Canada. Every year, oh my God, it was a magical day. Christmas is so magical. Indeed, it was magical. For all these people to stand in line waiting to purchase their presents in minus 40 degrees, that was a miracle they were still alive. I used to dread Christmas. Christmas meant watching my friends have fun and complain about all the presents they received, and complaining about all their relatives that they had to endure, and all these delicious food that I didn't get to have, but oh, poor them. Christmas, but it meant a lot of sales for my parents' store. We had a convenience store, and my parents were happy during Christmas because we sold more beer. And you know, my friends used to always ask me, what are you doing for the holidays, Davine? What are you doing for Christmas? And I'm like, possibly, if I'm lucky, I might go to the temple and sit through all the mantras and have no clue what they're talking about. And I always wish that they came with subtitles. I only realized much later on that nobody else understood anything either, because all the mantras were in Sanskrit and Pali. It would be the equivalent of you going to Mass and everything was in Hebrew, right? So I said to them, like, oh, probably going to the temple. I would probably work at my parents' store, dealing with all the sad drunks that came and were celebrating Christmas alone. Or even the prostitutes or ex-cons, because my parents picked the most strategic store location to keep their daughters safe. So that's what Christmas meant to me back then. And you know, if I was lucky, some years my parents decided to be more festive during Christmas, and they would take out the roast Pekin duck. I could smell it across the whole house. I normally only take it out for Cambodian New Year, or October is the equivalent of Halloween for us. But sometime for Christmas, they decided, okay, let's take it out and offer it to our ancestors. So they would take out all these black and white photos of dead people that were terrifying for me as a kid, and place it all around a chimney mantle with this glorious duck. And then they would stab the duck with 3 branches of incense. And I was looking at it, hoping to eat it. And every time I woke up, running and rushing to the living room, it was gone. I said, who ate the duck? And they never responded to me. Till this day, I'm 37 years old. I still don't know what happens to that duck. So Christmas was sad for me, you know. But I still enjoyed the tradition in Canada, you know. I love the traditional dish, like the tourtière, which is a meat pie that had all types of gamey meats and all. But in Montreal, it was only ground pork. Or the bûche de Noël, which was a log, a cake made out of that took the shape of a log with cream and all, and it looked like a piece of wood, like lumberjack culture, I guess. And my parents bought like the generic version that was ice cream from the freezer, but it was still okay, you know. And you know, that was a time of the year where all the artists from Quebec all sang the exact same song, but in different versions, and didn't fight over each other, right? So you would hear like, "Au petit trot s'en va le cheval avec ses grelots." And there I was sitting so sad, crying at the window, watching everybody open their present, but not me. Oh, enough sadness. But it was really, I was sad. But that one year though, 1998, I was 18 years old. It was a different Christmas. My parents decided that I was a lady officially, and they said, okay, maybe you're old enough now to become the bridesmaid at more Cambodian weddings. That way people would see you ready and they would know that you're ready for marriage. You know, you would get more exposure. But there was a problem. I was a little too fat. So they decided to send me to Thailand. I had relatives over there. And they thought that, you know, there was a better Weight Watchers program in Thailand than in Canada. So they shipped me there, and I stayed with my relatives there for about a month. And weirdly enough, I did lose weight when I was there. Maybe from all the food poisoning and the extreme heat. Who knows? But I remember when I was in Thailand, it was fun. It was weird. All the ladies were so gorgeous, and the men were hideous. And you don't get attached to any chicken that you see. I mean, There was that time I walked by a chicken farm and I thought that chicken was adorable, and I exchanged and we talked, and that man didn't understand. He thought that I ordered that chicken. So he grabbed the chicken and said, "You want that? Eh?" And I said, "Yeah." I thought, I would pet it and cuddle with it. He grabbed the chicken and decapitated and deep fried it and served it to me on a plate. That was a great chicken though. And since I couldn't get the duck in Montreal, at least I had a nice fresh chicken in Thailand. But then my family from Thailand, the Thai side of the family, they wanted me to take some photo shoots, the traditional photo shoot, and they say, "Oh, let's have a photo shoot. You should wear all the traditional Thai costume and look like a real traditional Thai lady, because Thailand is the best. Welcome to the amazing kingdom of Thailand." No, thank you. I'm Cambodian. "No, but you can. It's the same. It's all same, but Thailand is better." And I felt the discomfort in my stomach, and it wasn't from food poisoning. For the first time in my life, I felt pride. I was like, hey, wait a minute. While I was in Canada hoping I was adopted and being white instead of Asian, because they had more fun holidays and Christmas, for the first time in my life, I was like, wait a minute, I'm Cambodian, I'm not Thai. Stop imposing your culture on me. I know it's similar, but it's still different. And they're like, no, it's all the same, that's why your country didn't go up, and us, Thailand, look at our tourism, look at everything, and I was offended. And that was, I think, one of the biggest aha moment I had in my life, like Oprah would say, I guess. When I came back home, I was a different person. I wasn't upset that my family had their traditions anymore, or their custom. I wasn't envying all my Caucasian Canadian friends anymore. I realized I had a very rich heritage myself, and I did not realize that I was really proud of it until I was subjected to other cultures that was trying to demean it and look down on it. So that Christmas was very special, and it was the nicest present I ever had. I came back and I received a better and a new sense of identity and a sense of self, and I was happy that I was able to embrace that. And now that I'm a mother, I'll be able to transmit that to my children also. Thank you.